few things for you guys in just a few minutes here. One of the things that I most commonly hear is that women have problems with their hair health and losing hair, especially when they have a thyroid diagnosis. And we know that thyroid hormone is critically important for the growth of hair and hair health. But what do you do whenever you get your thyroid hormone levels checked and they're normal, but you're still losing hair? What's the mechanism? What's the cause? Well, let me give you the most important things, okay? So number one is inflammatory levels. If you have high inflammatory levels, guys, what happens is you have a very high level of a protein called cytokines. These cytokines are these chemical messengers that are produced by the immune system. When cytokines are high, they decrease the sensitivity of your body to hormones. So that includes thyroid hormone. Okay, that can in turn cause problems with your hair health. That could lead to problems with sensitivity to the thyroid hormone, even though your hormone levels are normal. So that in turn produces an issue with your ability to grow hair. So inflammation would be a huge number one priority that I would not skip over. I'd look at that first. Okay, number two, what you want to look at this secondly is testosterone production. And in particular, you want to look at a very potent testosterone called 5-alpha dihydroxytestosterone, or 5-DHT, 5-alpha DHT. It's what produces male pattern baldness in men, okay? So if you're a woman, and especially if you have blood sugar fluctuations and blood sugar problems, you're much more likely to change some enzymes that are involved in the production of your hormones, testosterone and estrogen, okay? What happens is if you have blood sugar fluctuations and your insulin's spiking up, your insulin will increase an enzyme called 1720 lyase. Now, 1720 lyase will cause you to produce more androgens, more testosterone, okay? Now, what that ends up doing is that ends up making you a lot more likely to be androgen dominant, or testosterone, higher than your estrogens. That can increase the 5-alpha reductase activity and cause you to have this really potent form of testosterone that can promote male pattern baldness. Not good, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing is going to be blood flow. Let me tell you guys, if you have a cold nose, cold hands, cold feet, cold ears, then you can be sure that you're not perfusing and pumping blood up through the carotid arteries to the scalp and the brain efficiently. That's another reason for brain fog. But when we're talking about hair loss, guys, it doesn't matter if you're deficient in a nutrient or if you take 1,000 vitamins if you're not pumping and perfusing and getting blood to the scalp to feed the roots of the hair. So your blood flow is critical, and there's a lot of things we have to look at when we're talking about blood flow. We have to look at inflammatory levels. We have to look at blood pressure. You have to consider a lot of different things to try to help that. So it's a lot more complicated than taking biotin, and I wish it were that simple. I do. It would be so much easier for all of us. But what I wanted to share with you guys is that hair loss can be a complicated thing, and there's other things that can affect it. There's estrogens, and there's metals. There's a lot of other things that we can that have potential mechanisms to interfere with your hair growth. But I wanted to share this with you today so that you would have, you'd be empowered to learn more. Because if you need help investigating this, that's what we do in my office. Now, if you can help yourself, that's the ultimate goal. We've got to teach people how to help themselves. But these problems often have a ton of different possible causes. So I can't just tell you, hey, you have high inflammation, take this. No, that's not the answer. The answer is, if you have high inflammation, what's driving the inflammation? Identify the cause of the inflammation, you identify the problem, and you don't have to take something to try to suppress inflammation artificially. Get to the root driver of the process, live a better life, let the body do what it does, and get out of its way, right? Address the cause, stop any type of supplemental interventions, eat good food, let the body do what it does naturally. Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal. And I want to share these things with you guys so that you had an idea. But if you need help, guys, remember you can always reach out to us. I do distance consulting across the country, around the world. You can go to hashimotosconsult.com to schedule a 15-minute consultation with me, which is usually a reasonable way for us to talk really briefly, about 15 minutes, and can get an idea of whether or not I think that we might be able to work together. I can give you some thoughts pretty quickly on what is going on with you and what I think I might do, and we can decide if that's a good fit. And then from there, if you wanted to, we could make a full-on appointment where we go into a lot of detail. But the 15-minute consultation, just a way for us to talk like friends and see what's going on and see if I think it might be reasonable that we consider working together. Okay. The other thing is, if you wanted to, make a full-fledged appointment, just go to drbradshuk.com, go to application for care page, read that page, and then you can, if you think it's a good fit, then what I would do is I would click on request an appointment. You would request an appointment. My staff would contact you and help you with any questions that you might have. So those are all reasonable ways for you to get help. I'll do everything I can, guys, but remember, just because you have inflammation doesn't mean there's a single cause. And you don't necessarily just want to take an herb or something to decrease inflammation. What you want to do is you want to understand root driver of the process. So you don't have to take supplements. You don't have to take things to address a symptom. Get to the root cause. Let's try to get you healthy. Let's try to let the body just express, its normal biochemistry and do what it needs to do and get out of its way. Eat good food. Don't take a bunch of pills and supplements. And be healthy, right? So guys, if you need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Really appreciate you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks. Hey guys, Dr. Shook, thank you for viewing our videos. I hope they help you out. If you want to, just subscribe to our channel somewhere here. You can watch a video that YouTube's actually selected for you, so hopefully it'll help you out. If you need any other information or resources, just look in the description. We've got links to our website, to our 9 lab test guidebook, and everything else that we do. I really appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great